Eastwood was just passing through the park, unnoticed in his worn-out hat and quiet stride, when a sudden scream stopped him in his tracks. Near the playground, a teenage boy had a younger kid pinned against the fence, yelling, mocking him, while a group of others stood around laughing. Parents nearby looked, hesitated, then looked away. No one moved. That's when Clint stepped forward. Not fast, not loud, just steady. The crowd didn't recognize him at first. He didn't shout. He didn't threaten. He simply walked right into the circle, looked the bully dead in the eye and said, "Pick on someone your own size, or are you scared of people who can hit back?" The laughter died instantly. The teen stammered, unsure what to say. Clint didn't raise a hand. He didn't need to. His voice, calm as steel, cut through the tension. "You think strength is making others feel small? I used to think that too, until I learned that real strength is knowing you can destroy someone and choosing not to." The silence was deafening. Even the bully's friends looked shaken. The younger boy, eyes wide, slowly backed away. Safe, now. But Clint wasn't done. He turned to the crowd. "You all watched. You waited for someone else to step in. Next time, don't wait." He looked back at the bully one last time and said, "This isn't about you being bad. It's about you choosing better." Then he turned and walked away. Nobody said a word. Nobody had to. The very next afternoon, Clint was standing in his garage organizing old tools when he heard the crunch of footsteps on his gravel driveway. He turned slowly, and there stood the same teenage boy, hood up, head low, fists clenched. For a brief second, Clint tensed. Was this about revenge? But then the boy looked up, and what Clint saw wasn't anger. It was shame. I didn't come to fight," the boy said. "I just needed to say something." Clint nodded, saying nothing, just letting the silence hang. The boy took a breath. "No one's ever stopped me before. They just let it happen. You didn't. And I don't know why that messed me up so bad." Clint motioned toward an old wooden bench and sat down. The boy hesitated, then sat beside him. "I've been angry for a long time," he admitted. "At school, at home. My dad left when I was 6, my mom's working 2 jobs, and I guess I needed to make someone else feel weak so I wouldn't feel it myself." Clint listened, quiet but focused. Then he finally said, "You don't fix your pain by handing it to someone else. You face it, you own it, and then you decide what kind of man you want to be next." The boy looked down. "What if I've already screwed that up?" Clint leaned forward. "Then start today. That's how you fix it. Not with guilt, by changing the story." What happened next stunned even Clint. The kid asked if he could help him around the garage, learn how to do something useful with his hands. Clint didn't smile, but he nodded once. "Be here tomorrow, early." The boy stood up, his eyes different now, still troubled, but clearer. But what Clint didn't know was that this small moment would ignite something far bigger, and that someone watching from a distance was planning to twist this second chance into a public controversy. Word spread fast about the unexpected friendship forming between Clint Eastwood and the once feared bully. Local news caught wind and showed up, cameras ready to capture a feel-good story. But not everyone wanted this narrative to take hold. A powerful local official, known for turning a blind eye to youth violence, saw Clint's actions as a threat to the status quo. Behind closed doors, whispers started. "We can't let this get out, it makes us look weak." The official leaked a doctored video showing the boy being aggressive toward Clint during their first encounter. Clips edited to make Clint seem the victim. The video exploded online, dividing the community. Some called Clint a hero, others said he was putting the wrong kid on a pedestal. Clint stayed silent in public, but the backlash was real. The boy, now trying to change, found himself targeted by former friends and strangers alike, facing rumors that threatened to pull him back into darkness. One night, Clint got a call. It was the boy, voice trembling. "They're trying to ruin me. I don't know if I can do this." Clint's answer was steady. "You can, and I'm not letting you fall." But the pressure wasn't just on the boy. Clint's reputation was being questioned by people who once admired him, accusing him of poor judgment. The man who had faced down villains on screen was now fighting battles off camera, battles that could destroy everything he stood for. Just when it seemed like the fight would break them, Clint discovered something shocking, a secret about the official behind the smear campaign that could change everything. But revealing it would mean risking everything Clint had built. What would he do? Stay silent or expose the truth? Clint sat alone in his dimly lit study, the weight of the decision pressing down on him like never before. Exposing the official's secret could end the smear campaign and save the boy's future. But it could also drag Clint into a vicious public battle with powerful enemies. His phone buzzed again, another message from the boy, pleading for help. Clint knew this was bigger than just one kid or one fight. It was about standing up when no one else would. With a deep breath, Clint picked up the phone and dialed a trusted journalist known for fearless reporting. He handed over the evidence, documents, recordings, and proof of the official's corrupt dealings. The story broke overnight. Headlines screamed about the corruption hidden behind the scenes, and public outrage exploded. The official was forced to resign, and the smear campaign collapsed under the weight of truth. The boy's name was cleared, and slowly the community began to rally behind him and Clint. The journey wasn't over, but hope had returned. As Clint watched the news, he whispered, "Sometimes the real battle isn't the one in front of you, it's the one that fights for what's right." What if everyone stood up like Clint did that day? Could one brave choice change the whole system? Tell me your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that remind us courage still matters.